Hello everyone and welcome to my 5th or 6th time trying to start this video because computer issues, Windows updates, they're hell of a thing, aren't they? Anyway, today we're continuing on the Annie wish list, things that I do want to see happen very quickly to change the game, to make the game a more positive experience for pretty much everybody who plays. And we're pretty much done the list. One more reminder is well, it's going to be a couple more reminders, that Sunday will be the live stream, and exactly what we're going to see on the live stream, don't know at this point because news just broke on the JP side to do with what I'm talking about today, and secondly, what will be happening next week. So this could be kind of interesting for whether or not the live stream is going to be a big old dead note, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. So today let's talk about events, because there are a couple events that happen quite or starting to be pretty regular things. We have side stories, which I think are incredibly positive and is something I want to talk in a positive only video. And another thing that's just really positive is this, the wave battle, where you start with easy enemies, and as you go along, enemies get more difficult, and you can basically, anybody can get some pretty decent rewards off this, but if you get very far, you can get some pretty nice rewards too, such as lapis, hammers, seals. So I really do like this thing, and I'm glad they added it to the game. You can even do it 2 times a day. That's cool. But one of the events that I am not particularly fond of is the point event system. And before anybody gets too crazy about it, first of all, I don't entirely hate this. I believe on Global it's called the trial event, and not entirely sure what's going on with my computer. So if this video comes out choppy, I have no idea what's going on. Blame Windows 10. Anyway, the trial/point event system is something that I think all of us have experienced by now, whether you're on Global or on the JP side. And there's a couple of things that I do like about this. First of all, I like that there's a system here where you do the regular stages and then you get to go up against the boss. The boss has like progressive HP, and that, you know, the further you get down, even if you don't beat it in 1 run, you can beat it in 2 runs. I like that. I like that there are, you know, some pretty good rewards that come with this. I like that there is both a guild and personal challenge as well, even though I'm not super crazy about everything in this game being ranked. There are some good things about the point event that I do like, but there are some things that generally need to be improved. And of course, if you listened to my raid thing recently, my raid rant video, number 1, time to talk about this, is the bonus points. Bonus points I don't like. This is one of the fundamental points that I think just needs to be changed everywhere. And take a look at this JP side one. So this is, if you saw earlier, it looks to be a carbon copy of the very first point event. There's only been 2 on the JP side. One at the 6-month anniversary one, and one with the Final Fantasy IV event. And this looks to be the ribbon one, which was the first one that Global got done not too long ago, but it's back from the dead. And incidentally, our most recent Halloween unit on the JP side, the zombie-themed character of Ryu, is the super big point. Yeah, that's right. He is the incredibly omega point unit. So if you have him, you can get a ton of points. And if you don't, well, sucks to be you. Secondary characters are Ruin Stern and Sakura with a large bonus point. And below that is Kraith, the new water gunner that's a free unit that everyone can use, and Durando. And below that is, I do believe, Mashiri and Mont at the doesn't even matter level. I've talked about this to death in the previous video, so I'm not going to talk about what I don't like about the point system in general. I just think that it is pretty exclusive in the sense that it just, there's a lot of characters that don't get any bonus. I think that it feels bad for a lot of players who haven't gotten more recent characters or don't have these characters built, because as always with this point event, it's not just, you know, how strong are your characters, it's also how strong are the bonus characters and how well you can optimize it, which makes a big difference to how well you do in this, because it's just a lot of farming, and that's another thing, but one thing at a time. I would just like to see more bonus units on this, especially in the large category. You want to keep the exclusive over super omega category of being just one or two or the most recent characters, fine. Side note that I find it really weird that Halloween Leela isn't even a bonus unit in this event. That's kind of really odd to me. I feel like she should be there. But regardless, this is just way too limited in terms of the bonus points, especially for the large one. I feel like with 2 limited characters on the JP side this month, it should have been both of the characters in the bonus point, and as well, I just feel like there should be more large ones too. I mean, you develop a UR, you spend a lot of resources on it. Those characters should be, like, people who have those characters should be rewarded with them. And I don't even think at this point that the small category should exist, given how it seems to be a lot of the times that the units just are so detrimental to your ranking that it's like, oh, why does this exist other than potentially a trap? I think that I've said enough about this. More bonus units. I don't think that anybody loses out from this. And I just think it alleviates some of the problems to do with the fact that you have to do this event a million times. This isn't like unheard of. Obviously in WOTF, we're all constantly, multi-doing a certain stage many, many times. So that doesn't bother me so much. But given the nature of this and the fact that guilds do require are ranked on this as well, the expectation to spend a ton of stamina is there, especially every day. And I gotta say, I'm really interested to see how the JP side goes this time, whether or not a ton of people will go on this or not. It is just a very recent limited time unit that is the only really big bonus, and I'm not entirely sure that there's been a ton of people who have got him, so really interested to see. But yeah, I think that the amount of times that you need to farm this in a week, how overly competitive it could be, I'm not super crazy about that. And I think that in general, more bonus units, you don't have to farm as much, you don't have to spend as much stamina. This game's already pretty stamina heavy, so that's probably a good thing. And the last thing that I think is probably, well, this is the thing that I think is the worst. And this is a personal experience. If you are a luck sack and you don't have this problem, congratulations to you. There are other people who are definitely not so lucky, which is to do with the box system. The box system is basically you play the event, you get your boss tickets, you go in and use your boss tickets, beat the boss, and it gives you points or coins or currency that you can spend on the box system. In the box system, you have box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in that box, each box, there's like 200 to maybe 500 items in there, varying of quality from anything from basic, crafting materials all the way up to rainbow orbs. And before you can switch from box 1 to box 2 or box 2 to box 3, there are certain key items that you have to pull. And there are times where those key items are buried at the bottom of the box. It's happened more often than you think. Feels really bad, and the box system is just pure awfulness, pure badness. It locks players out of potentially getting really far. It's just more RNG. It's RNG on top of rewards, which I don't think is something that should ever really be. I don't care if they're rainbow rocks. I don't care if there's anything else. I do not like the box system, especially because the trial feels a lot of the times like you just don't get enough currency to actually pull on the boxes. Like, it's not like Brave Exvius raid boxes where, if you play the raid, just a regular amount, you usually can get through all of the boxes. Here it feels like you need to put just so many resources to get to the end of box 5, especially if you are unlucky. Then it's just an amazing amount of resources. And, given that stamina is capped in this game every day, but this is an event that pushes people to spend as much on stamina as possible, it is kind of a backwards game design as well, that I think also kind of just makes players go, wait, you said you wanted us to pull, or you wanted us to spend a ton of stamina on this, right? Yeah. Then why do we have stamina caps? Questionable. Especially because, anyway, so I think that the point event system is one that definitely needs to be better, but not in terms of its style, but in terms of its rewarding process for players. It is an incredibly highly stamina intensive and potentially time intensive event as well, that I think Wii U is probably needs to just be a little bit better to the players. The bonus thing, all the time, just constantly make it better for players, because this right now is just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And damn, Halloween locked as well. Yeah, I think that's incredibly important that they make this system just generally better for all the players, because if it's going to be a regular thing, I wouldn't mind it to be improved. So anyway, what do you think? Are you happy with the point/trial event, or do you think it needs to be improved? Are you excited about knowing that Global, when they get this event, will never have a Halloween unit to use on this bonus event? I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. They'll probably replace it some kind of Global exclusive. There's still a chance you guys get a Halloween unit. I've got my fingers crossed for all of you, and Cryptic as well. He's also pulling for you guys to get a Halloween unit too. But anyway, Sunday stream. Hopefully they're not just going to repeat this information. Hopefully they will have some collaboration or some hype news or something for 1 year anniversary, or a list of improvements. Either way, that's the end of this video. Take care. See you next time.